good afternoon. A lot on the go today. So they're digging in the septic tank over here anyways. Originally we were going to go straight south, but then the dude got looking and we got talking about it. Now they're going straight west because it's actually, it'll be better because it's uphill the whole way. So it'll always run back to the septic tank. Shouldn't freeze. Just better. Dad and Corey, they've been digging away at the side of the shop here to try to make that ditch around, also pushing dirt into this big shed. I was making bags. I got about 15 made today, a couple loaded out already. Corey just took Blue and the disc to go down and try to work that wet spot one more time, and me and Buddy were getting geared up to go seed our grass seed with our cover crop of oats. That was one super handy thing about YouTube. You gotta lift that lever, Buddy. No, the one right here. Yeah, right where your hand is. Pull up on that. There you go. And then flip the lid open. Yeah, okay. Yep, the back one. So Buddy's up there getting the lids flipped for me. Anybody that says kids can't be really helpful, well, Buddy's 4. And he's a hired hand all day long. I don't care what anybody says. It's not because I'm his dad, it's because he's super smart. So we're going to get geared up here. We're going to throw this grass seed in the front tank. Buddy's got the tank open for the back. And actually, I would trust him to jump down, start the telehandler, and then go out. In fact, he might even do that. Buddy, are you going to jump down and move the telehandler out?
Yeah. I don't know which button.
Oh, he doesn't know which button today. That's okay. At least he's smart enough to say he doesn't know which button before he wrecks everything. All right, so yeah, we're going to do that. But yeah, back to YouTube. So one of the guys that watches, Chad, he's a cattle guy. So I just shot him a text this morning. Hey, buddy, you busy? Nope. So he called me right away. And I was like, hey, I'm not a grass growing guy. I'm not a hay growing guy. What do I do here? So I had a plan. And my plan was like 10 to 15 pounds of the grass seed and like 100 pounds of oats. Anyways, he's like, yeah, well, you could do that or you could not do that and do it this way. So we've cut her back. We're going to be around 10, maybe a little less than 10 pounds of grass seed. And we're going to be about 1.5 pounds of oats. So that'll work. Okay, I'm coming. I gotta go. Buddy, you spilt the oats.
No.
All right, so we're down here now. We got this tiny little patch around the dugout. We're gonna seed it back to, we're gonna seed it down to grass. Got oats in the drill to go on as a cover crop, I guess. We'll see what we get out of that. Corey and Emmy there in blue with the disc. They were down here trying to rework the wet spot, but time to get things going. We got this all set and ready to go.
I have my own phone.
Use this one.
Wow.
See if you can get some good video in. I don't know what's going on with this monitor. Good thing our blockage monitors are working. That's always good. Well, all right, well, we got things happening. I got the oats are going on, I think probably about right around 1.5 pounds, I think is what I ended up with. I didn't weigh anything for density or anything like that, and that's how you get the numbers for these slides. So I just kind of guessed, and same with the bag for this one. This is the front meter. It said to put it at 26. I had it at 26, and I think I probably went on pretty heavy, so I turned it down back down to 23 or whatever that is, and we'll go from there. I only have like an acre left or whatever, so I guess that whole bag will go on, and I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna seed it all until it's all out, and then life will be good. Holy shit, them cattails, they really fetch up on these openers. I had to, like, it was just dragging. It was like a plow. But anyways, I just checked. So it might be going on a little light, but that's okay because in situations like this, where I'm gonna have to drive around and work over these clumps again, I'll just, it'll be nice because I'll have to reseed, or I'll have to seed out the tank anyways. Life will be good. All right, well, and just like that, I'm done. Really doesn't take that long with even a 40-foot drill. So I'm gonna climb up, look in the tank, see how much oats I got left, see how much seed I got left, and then I will just, I'll just seed it out. Hopefully by then some of these cattail stalks fall off. I'm gonna run over that pass over there again where I drug a whole bunch. And life is good. This was long overdue, but what do we got left in here? Woo, quite a bit. Well, looks like I'll just, I'll just seed that out. Because I don't have anywhere to put it. No point in keeping it. And as far as the oats, get this cage out of here. Oh, not too bad. So it would be interesting to know what people think when they look in there and see how much grain was in those tanks. It's funny, I seen a couple guys on some of the YouTube channels I watch. Canola seed is a big one because you only put like a couple bags in to do quite a few acres, right? You get 1 bag for 10 acres for 1 bag, basically, is what you do. Some guys stretch it, some guys don't. But on the really big carts that hold like 1,400 bushels, the tanks are just massive. So how do you tell 1 bag? So guys actually have traced in there with marker or painted different stages of them. That is such a tiny little tank. It's 230 bushels of grain, and I don't even know what this 320 holds. Maybe like, I guess maybe it holds 32 bushels, I don't know, 20 bushels maybe, I don't know. The 320 usually means something. It either holds 32 bushels or 20 bushels. And you can see it maybe could hold like a mini bulk bag, I guess, if you filled it right up. I don't know. But the point is the tanks are very small, so if there's some in there, it's actually not very much at all. Oh, well, that's a wrap. I guess seeding 2022 is finally over. The coolest part of this whole thing, so this POS has been beeping at me since we started the barley, since we finished the peas and started the barley. And these lights, these red lights would flash on and off, on and off. And I thought maybe this monitor was failing. I didn't know back there. So anyways, while I was working around the dugout, I got in and out about 100,000 times. And what I finally found was loose connection between the toolbar and the tank. And once I got that tightened up, boom, beeping went away. So I do got a couple of sensors, it looks like, and they're meter sensors. So these ones here that tell you your seed rate that I should, I guess, look at changing them for next year. But with these Legend blockage monitors, I think the readout is actually kind of irrelevant. So when, as I showed you, when I slid those bars that control how much seed they let out, so you weigh your grain, you go on a little chart, and it tells you based on how much you want to seed and how heavy your grain is, where to set that little slide. And then once you set it, you crank the handle 54.8 times or 58 point, it's something like that anyways. And then you weigh the bag, and then that gives you your actual seeding rate. And if you don't touch it, and if you don't horse around with it, and you don't even adjust your fan speed or anything like that, it will be accurate. So I don't understand, on a mechanical tank where you can't adjust it from the cab, why would you even care to see the readout? Like, it just is what it is. So once we got these Legend monitors, and that's these, I don't actually know why some are gray. Gray in the book means that they're dirty, and I mean, they shouldn't be dirty. I think they were all working anyways. So I got the one that's by itself does the fertilizer, and then the grouping does the seed. Because, I don't know, we had it on the primary seed runs, and we were only seeding peas with this drill anyways, and we weren't putting, fertilizer placement didn't really matter. We put down a little bit of phos, and that's about it. So this kind of was, it was set up specifically to seed peas. Next year I might look at getting a few more monitors for the fertilizer, depending on how much we actually use this drill for. I mean, that's the peas right there that it's seeded, and they look amazing. Aside from, it's funny here too, if you look out, you won't see hardly any cockle, like maybe one plant. And then hopefully you'll be able to see a clear line where the fence line used to be. And that is gonna be right about here somewhere. Boom, right there, I think. And then you get to the other side of where that fence line used to be. I can see from here the peas are a little darker, and then the cockle starts. So, dum. But back to this drill. So depending on how expensive those meter, whatever you want to call them, sensors are, I might not even worry about them. I might just unplug them and then disconnect that altogether, because the Legend, the fact that it does full blockage and seed rate, you don't really need this monitor telling you that it's working, especially if they're going to be as finicky as they are. They are on a double nut adjustment thing, so I got to take them off. I'm going to clean them up and electrical spray the connections and stuff like that before I go to replace them, because sometimes that's all it needs. But yeah. Well, good evening. Where has the day gone? It's about 9:15. I just came up here to drop off a bag of pig feed, stuck it in the lean-to there, fed the steers, knocked over that water because I come in and the bag was hanging on the forks and they didn't see it, even though I know it's there. And I turned and I hit it, and then it knocked over. Finally, these cows are smart enough to see that there's grain on both sides. Fed the piggies. We got our 5 pigs the other day, so life is good. Seeding is done. House progression, pretty cool. Got I don't know what they did inside. I shouldn't say, I haven't been over there, but shingles are on, windows are in. The septic people put the septic tank in over there, and they're digging in the line for the pump out. So all in all, I guess you could say things are coming along. The pigs are going to be in that fence up there. It's that like chicken wire, is where it's all a big mesh of electric fence. They're going to be in there for about a week until I get them trained on to dog food. If you get a can of dog food and just shake it a whole bunch and then dump it out and they eat it. Their pigs are super smart, so they get trained to that right away. We did that last year, where you could come up here, and if the pigs were out, because we tried to keep them confined last year, and if they were out, all you'd have to do is get a can of dog food and just start shaking it, and there'd be just pigs come from everywhere, and they'd come, and then they would go back into there, because we keep that barn over there for them, or that shed, or whatever you want to call it. We do have electric wire around the whole perimeter, the whole 14 acres, and it's down, well, it's down low, so it's, where is it out here? So it's just below the first wire, and then the first wire, and then it's just above the first wire. So we're hoping when the pig starts to root under here, or if he wants to, he'll get a shock, and that'll just deter him, and it'll make him want to stay in his 14 acres. Like I said, when we get him trained on the dog food, we don't really care, because last year, even when they did break out of here, when we didn't have the electric fence, so they'd just bust out and they'd go down to the yard, or they'd go up to the bins or wherever, but they never took off. So it seems like the animals are pretty content with what we have to offer, but why not? They get grain every day, lots of space, shelters and everything, so I can't imagine them wanting to go anywhere else. But whew, that's going to be it for me. It was another long day making bags. Look at that. That's a tire biter, if I ever did see one. I don't know who. Oh, that's a tine off a cultivator, like an arrow tine. Yeah, I'm tired. It was bags this morning. It was finished seeding around the dugout this evening, and then get the bags put all away. Got the combines and stuff. We're supposed to get rain either overnight or in the morning, so that'll be that'll be good. Much needed rain. As always, to those of you who are watching, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate that. And we will see you all on the next one.